ever frantically refresh a website during a flash sale?
Yeah.
And then it's the spinning wheel of doom.
Yeah.
Or like your favorite app just decides to totally crash right when you need it.
Right.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Happens to the best of us. It's those moments, those like digital meltdowns that really highlight what we're diving into today.
Stress testing.
Stress testing, exactly.
So we're taking a look at this article, stress testing, pushing your software to the breaking point. And
Mhm.
this isn't just for the hardcore techies. Everyone's got to be in on this because this is about understanding
Yeah.
how the digital world around us is actually built.
Right. How it's built to like withstand pressure.
So every piece of software, everything from shopping online to your banking app
Yeah.
has a breaking point.
It does.
Stress testing is about finding that point.
Before your users do. Before
Yeah.
it costs you money, before it costs
Yeah.
your users. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like giving our software, a trial by fire,
That's a good way to put it.
but in a controlled environment. Yeah.
In a controlled environment, we're talking about simulating real-world scenarios,
Right.
but doing it in a way where we can actually control the parameters, control the variables, and see how the software is going to behave.
So things like if there's a massive surge of users all trying to do the same thing at once,
Exactly.
or like just huge amounts of data being
It's
processed.
huge volumes of data.
Yeah.
Is it going to slow down? Is it going to just completely fall
Or
apart?
if I'm trying to get like concert tickets and everyone and their mother is also trying to get those tickets.
Right, exactly. That's a perfect example.
That's-
You're all clicking that button at the same time.
Yeah.
Stress testing would be like, how do we make sure that the ticketing platform doesn't just completely buckle under that pressure?
Which is probably why I've had a lot of those sorry, try again later messages.
Exactly.
So what are some of the things that you're actually looking for when this is happening? What are the key things that tell you, okay, this is working or this is not working?
Well, you want to see how the software behaves under that pressure. So does it crash? Does it slow down? Does it start throwing errors? Those kinds of things. But more specifically, we look at things like response times. How quickly is the software responding to all those user requests? We look at how many user requests it can handle at the same time. So that's called concurrency. How many things can it do at once? And then also, are we losing data along the way? Because that's another big one.
So it's not just about it completely crashing.
No.
It's just making sure it's running smoothly, even when there's like a lot going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because even if it doesn't completely crash, if things start slowing down, if things start getting glitchy, users get frustrated.
Right.
They lose trust. And in today's world, like, trust is everything. If users don't trust your software, they're going to go somewhere else.
Makes sense. And it's not just about like making sure your users are happy, right?
Right.
There's a big financial incentive for companies to get this right.
Huge, yeah. I mean, system failures, those can lead to lost revenue, right? Damaged reputation, even legal trouble in some cases, depending on what the software is doing.
Yeah.
So you got to get it right.
So it's like an insurance policy for your software and your business
Really is.
to get this right.
Yeah. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. So, find those vulnerabilities early. It
Yeah.
can save you so many headaches down the line.
Okay, so how do you actually stress test something? Is there like a one-size-fits-all approach?
That's where it gets interesting because no, there's not.
Mm.
There are actually different types of stress tests, and they're all kind of designed to do different things, simulate different scenarios, reveal different weaknesses.
Okay, so walk us through like some of the most common types.
Sure.
What are we talking about here?
So one common one is load testing. So this is basically like simulating a typical day of heavy traffic for your software. So we're talking, a large number of users all doing things at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe they're, browsing products, adding things to their cart, making purchases.
So you're trying to see how the system holds up under like what it would normally be doing.
Right, exactly, like normal peak conditions.
Yeah.
Then you have something called spike testing. So imagine like a flash sale going live or like a news website. Something big happens in the news and suddenly everybody's going to the website to check it out. So spike testing is about simulating those sudden extreme surges in activity.
So this is really trying to push it to the limit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really trying to see, like, will it crack under pressure?
Yeah.
And then, by analyzing how the software performs under all these different types of stress, that's how developers can figure out, okay, where are the bottlenecks? How can we optimize performance?
Right.
And ultimately, how do we create systems that are more robust, more reliable?
It's interesting because we're talking about pushing software to the limit, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of seems like it's about more than just breaking things.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like building a system that can actually handle whatever you throw at it.
It's about making it stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a field that's always changing, always evolving. Like,
Right.
as technology grows and changes, so does stress testing. Software's getting more complex.
Yeah.
Our expectations as users are getting higher. We want things to work
Of course.
seamlessly, and stress testing is it's like a vital part of that.
Which I think we can all agree that we want our digital experiences to be good.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to deal with a spinning wheel when they're just trying to like do their thing.
We've all been there. It's the worst.
Yeah, exactly. So for anyone listening who maybe isn't a developer, like,
Yeah.
why should we even care about this? Why does this matter?
So think about all the apps and the websites that you use every single day
Yeah.
and how much you rely on them. When those platforms, when they're working well, it's easy to just be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Of course it works.
Right.
But I guarantee you that behind-the-scenes stress testing
Yeah.
played a huge role
Okay.
in making those smooth experiences happen. It's happening behind the scenes. You don't see it.
So the next time that I like fly through an online checkout, I can thank a stress test.
You got it. Exactly.
Awesome. I love it.
It's all about making sure that technology does what it's supposed to do, which is make our lives easier, make things more efficient,
Right.
and honestly make things less stressful.
Yeah, well said. Well, that feels like the perfect note to wrap up on. So, if you want to learn more about the fascinating world of stress testing for software, you can check out the article that we've been talking about today. It's called Stress Testing: Pushing Your Software to the Breaking Point. And join us again next time for another deep dive into the tech that's shaping our world.